Well, what's up, YouTube? Might be wondering kind of why I haven't uploaded in a while. It's actually involved in an accident, and I rode off my Ford Superduty there. It was just before Christmas, and the roads were really icy. I was doing about 80 to 85 kilometers an hour, and hit a bump in a road. The bump it dropped, and so my whole truck went down. And then when my truck came back up, my rear tires lifted just enough to kick my rear end out a bit, and couldn't regain control. It would have been fine because I would have just hit the ditch, but if you guys know where I live here, like that hill there, that's all bedrock, so there's bedrock everywhere, and on the highways there's literally cutouts of rock, like they blast the rock away to build the road. And I ended up hitting one of those rock walls. Lucky I wasn't going that fast, and I already skidded probably 100 feet at least. I would say 100 feet. And I hit it sideways, so it just, my front end kind of smeared along the wall, bent up the whole front of the frame there. Pretty much, it was almost like 45 degrees. That's how much it bent it up. But, or should I say 90? Whatever. It was quite bent. But anyways, yeah, so the airbags went off, the whole front end was destroyed. Ended up in the ditch. So if I would have just hit the ditch and not hit that rock wall, everything would have been fine. I probably would have been able to drive out of there. But no. Luckily, I was okay. It was extremely cold that day. It was like past minus 30 degrees Celsius. And the car behind me, they were probably, they were a ways behind me, like, because they just rounded that one corner when I was going around the corner, right after the corner, and I already rounded the corner, and I was on the straight stretch, that's where the bump was, and they hit the ditch on the corner. So there was two vehicles in the ditch, because I was sitting in the ditch. It's like, well, where's that other car? Why isn't it coming? And turns out it was in the ditch too, and they needed the ambulance, cops on scene. So it was kind of a nightmare. Freezing my butt off. It was so cold. So yeah, cops gave me a ride home. I was only down the road from here. And then we went and bought another truck, and I chose 2019 Ram 2500 Limited with the Cummins. And this is our second one. We've already bought another one. And we were meeting them in Saskatoon. They were delivering in Saskatoon. It was coming out of Edmonton. And I put one of those backflip covers on it. And they were hauling the truck on a trailer. And they had it backwards because of the weight. And the tonneau cover ended up flipping up. And it rammed up against the cab of the other truck. The other truck was identical to this, except the fifth wheel hitch. That's the only thing this truck has that the other one didn't. But anyways, identical truck, same color, identical. And so the tonneau cover was here, and it ended up flipping up, smashing out the light, denting the top of the cab, and then it was rattling, like flapping in the wind on top of the roof like this, before someone told the guy that was hauling the truck that there's something wrong. He flagged him down, and he stopped and seen the damage. So when we met them in Saskatoon, that only happened to the guy 10 minutes outside of Saskatoon. Like, he was texting us, telling us he's almost there, and then he kind of went silent, and I knew something was wrong. We were waiting forever because we were told where to meet him, and we were just waiting there forever, and like, something has happened. Sure enough, he came there. The truck looked good, like you could barely tell, because it was just kind of on the roof and on the top of the cab. And then, yeah, he said, there's something I need to tell you guys. And I already knew it. So we didn't accept that truck, but that same dealer had this truck in stock. So it was identical with the hitch. And when I was on the phone with the dealer while we're sitting in Saskatoon with the wrecked truck, they promised me that they would get us another truck and for the same price. But no. He's like, no. After, like, we asked for that white one because they had one in stock, they're like, no, not same price. We'll give you the same discount. It's like, no, I'm not. I told him I'm not paying $1,500 for this hitch. This hitch is a $1,450 Canadian option. I said, I'm not paying for it. I said, you guys can keep the hitch. I don't need the hitch. I don't want the hitch. And they would not do it. So we canceled the deal over this hitch. And so is what I did is I contacted Saskatoon Dodge City, and they're actually a sister dealership of the Edmonton dealer across town. And Dodge City, I messaged them on a Sunday night, and I told them the story, everything that happened, and I told them this is a truck we're looking for, and they said, yeah, we can give you the same deal as your first truck. We'll go pick up that truck in Edmonton for you guys. So our Edmonton dealer that we were initially dealing with couldn't match the deal that we got our first truck on, but the dealer out of Saskatoon would. It was mind-blowing. So we bought it through Saskatoon, got the same deal that we did on our first truck, and we were very happy. We almost got $20,000 off the truck. So I absolutely love this truck. They're absolutely gorgeous. The interiors on these things are crazy. It's got all LED lights with the projectors and steering directional headlights. So the headlights actually move back and forth with your steering. So as you turn, so do your headlights. It's amazing. It's got the all surround cameras on it, fully loaded. The power steps here. It's got that big 12-inch screen. I actually love this truck. All leather sunroof. Like, so much leather and detail in these interiors. This is real, you feel it, and it's like real wood. It's crazy. So I'm loving this truck. But I am going to miss my old Ford there. With that flat deck and stuff, it was so handy out here to store the water tanks. I won't be putting the water tanks in the back of this truck. I'll be hauling them in the trailer, but that's not too big of a deal. I was starting to haul them in the summer anyways, because I would take both tanks and fill them up at the same time. But yeah, so that's kind of took a break there. Kind of a little depressed after writing off that Ford, but no, we'll be back at her again with this new Ram. They were rated for like luxury, more luxurious than BMWs, and I want to say Lexus, but don't quote me on that, but I know it was BMWs. Like, that's how, like, this is a brand new model in 2019. And they just went all out, these Rams. I'm a big Ford guy. I've never drove anything but Ford for the last almost like probably 20 years. But the Ford's interiors just seem so dated to me. Like, they need an upgrade. And I just couldn't, once seeing this Ram, I just fell in love with it. So went with the Ram. We'll see how she goes. The Cummins engine is a pretty good diesel engine, so that's the main part, and it's factory warranty to 160,000 kilometers. We'll see how she turns out. I'm gonna order another tonneau cover for this. Our first tonneau cover on our other truck, it literally had the cab indented into the cover, like, permanently. So they refunded us 2 weeks later after that for our tonneau cover, so thankfully we got the money back from that. Dealing with that dealership was a nightmare. There's so much I could say about that dealership, but I won't go on and on about them. But one thing, they're selling our truck, the wrecked one, fixed now. And the first ad I seen for it was they're saying it was an executive demo model. And now I've seen they changed their ad and they're saying, just got this one in. It just came in, no accidents. Check out the car proof report. Yeah, so they're a very scammy dealership, I'll just say that. Like, the tonneau cover we purchased off them, he told us he would give it to us for installation free. And so after we signed everything, he tried saying, oh no, I didn't say that. There's no free installation. So fight about that. We didn't really end up getting free installation. And the quote, he quoted us $13.99 for that tonneau cover, is really only $12.75. So we ended up paying $13.99 for it, because that was what he quoted us. But so really, we saved nothing. It's just, I did not like that dealership. Dodge City's been amazing. Like, they did everything they could to make us happy. very happy with Dodge City in Saskatoon. It's a very good dealership, so that's probably my first good experience with a dealership was with Dodge City. We have pretty bad luck. So